Hello, welcome to Wisdom at the Well. Today is day 34 of my 108-day commitment to create and communicate. So I just like to say hello. I am out at Cape Cornwall today. I got to come into St. Just, and it became sunny out. It was very cloudy and rainy earlier. So it's going to take you on a little tour as I walk here. This is Cape Cornwall Golf Course behind me. Beautiful course, literally right on the water. And I'm just going to walk down a little bit and sit on a wall overlooking Cape Cornwall, which is, I think, as far as I remember, the most westerly point of Great Britain. And so here we are, and it's a little blustery. I tested the sound. I don't think it's too blustery, but I'm just going to sit down on this wall. I was able to drive down here. It's actually a national trust property, and so there's a car park right in front of me, and there's Cape Cornwall, and behind me are the Brysons, and then can we see, yes, right off, well, way in the distance there are the Longship Rocks off of Land's End. So an extraordinary place here on the very western coast of Penwith. I'm having a quiet internal day today. Yes, I'm out and about, which feels really good. And St. Just is just a very sweet town, and it feels really good to be out. And because I'm not walking, I mean, this is a place I have walked so many times, and to not really be able to walk, literally, I've got my boot on my foot, and I've walked a few feet from my car. And there's a little cafe right over there, and there's hikers. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And that's not me right now. I'm really letting go of identifying as a walker, which is really hard. And yet, as hard as it is, there's something that's just inviting me to open up to, who else am I? If I don't take up a lot of my space in identifying and having decided that I'm a walker, well, what else am I? Who else am I? And I'm just discovering new parts of me. So I guess that's the topic for today, is how has who we've identified ourselves to be, as wonderful as that may be, how is that taking up so much space that it's not actually allowing you to explore deeper or other parts of you, or get to know other parts, because that identity, that activity takes up so much of your internal and external time and space. Like I used to be like, my thoughts in the morning were, what's the weather today? Where am I going for a walk, and how far am I going to walk today? And then organizing my whole day around walking. I would include errands and visits with friends and walking my dog when I had my dog. And all of a sudden, all that time and space and energy has become open. And then you include along with that unplugging. I've taken many apps off my phone, and I'm in a process of unplugging and allowing more silence into my space, which it turns out isn't silent at all. I am creating in such an intensity and depth that feels, on one hand, very natural for me, but on another hand, very, very foreign, because I haven't allowed that for myself in 40, 45 years. So there's something in letting go of who we think we are, what we think we are, and opening up to what else is possible, who else is possible within us. I spoke with my father yesterday, and I shared with him what else I've been creating besides these videos and daily posts. And he's like, oh my gosh, Sarah, I had no idea. I had no idea. He goes, I thought you were just being a hermit down there in Western Cornwall. while I am being very quiet, and I do spend a lot of time in the shed, especially with my sore foot, I am creating and creating and creating. You know, I've mentioned my business to you, the Sacred Beyond. Well, the whole path of my business is just coming through and revealing itself to me in all of its beauty and coherence and multidimensionality. And I'm going down deep rabbit holes of organizing and structuring it in a way that becomes very inviting and accessible and coherent and attractive. I want you to be like, I want to be on that path of creation. I want to join you in this path of feminine embodiment. Oh my God, I want to become all of who I am. You've got a path for that? Oh, I've got a path for that. And it's been the path that I've been on for the last 20 plus years of my life. And it's coming together and coalescing into a really integrous, beautiful, organized, orderly path of beauty, of union, of weaving together different threads and different, like coming in through different doorways to, like, however you're called to step in. You may be called in because you've got this dream and you want to create it and you're not quite sure how to create it or that you can do it on your own. Or it may be that you don't even know what you want to create, but you know there's something else that you want to create in your life. It may be that you hear this word embodiment or feminine embodiment, and there's just a part of you that's just so curious. What is feminine embodiment? How do I come fully into my body, more deeply into my body? You mean there's a pathway? There's a template for me to do that? I don't have to do it all on my own. And then there's the path of sacred wealth. When we're fully sourced and we can be like replenished and sourced in our being and in our becoming and in our creating and in our embodiment, we can go beyond, so far beyond what has been created before, who we've been before. So I've been creating, just saying. I guess the one other piece I just want to share is that really at the base of this path is a well. I have been so deeply magnetized to this land by a very sacred, holy, feminine goddess well, and she is the inspiration and the source for Dreamwell, which is the community, the library of resources, and the pathway, the invitation in. And Dreamwell is opening its doors in the next few weeks, getting ready for our autumn season. We move into Libra on the 22nd of September, and so we're opening our doors and we're welcoming in new members. So I'm going to be sharing more about that. But in the meantime, just really enjoy this incredible place. And just know that if you are resonating with anything I'm saying and you want to explore more, become more, create more, embody more, stay tuned because I've got a lot more to share. Thanks for listening. Until tomorrow.